All right, what is going on, guys? Iridium here, and thank you so much for checking out another video here on my channel. You guys may or may not have seen that I have completely finished my Odin To Immortal series, and if you have not even seen the series, make sure to go to my channel, check it out. It's a very awesome series where I reach unranked into Immortal by using the Odin, as well as a couple other guns when I don't have enough money to buy an Odin. But since this series has finished, I thought I would put out an official Odin guide with just some tips that I have found throughout completing that entire series that helped me it just honestly helped me destroy with the Odin. So I hope this guide helps you guys out. It's just going to be some quick tips that I thought of that really helped me get through each game and helped me maximize my impact with the Odin. But before we get into these tips in this guide, I just want to ask if you guys would not mind hitting the like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell. It helps me out so much when I put these videos out for you guys. And if you want to come check out the stream, watch me play Valorant every day except for Wednesdays and Sundays, head to the link in the description. It's on the screen as well, twitch.tv/Iridium. I'd love to see you guys there. So without any further ado, let me give you guys my best tips that I have found when using the Odin to hopefully help you destroy with the Odin in a competitive game in Valorant. So if you guys have never used the Odin before, you may not know that this thing actually is like a stallion. This boy packs a punch. And so for the first tip, I wanted to just get it out of the way. Make sure that you are always crouching when you're shooting the Odin. Your little Valorant character, no matter if you're Brim with his crazy thighs, you need to be crouched to embrace the crazy impact that this gun has. If you do not crouch, the bullet and the spray is just going to go everywhere. It's not going to be accurate. You need to crouch to ensure your spray is just going dead straight as a laser. And the spray can be a little bit difficult to control with the Odin if you guys have never tried to control a gun before with recoil. Like say if you're newer to Valorant or if you never played like Counter-Strike or something, it's pretty easy. All you do is just, let her rip and then just pull slightly down with your mouse to control that recoil from going up. When you're spraying the Odin, whether it's through a wall or just straight at someone's chest, you're definitely going to want to be crouching so you can ensure that that bullet spray is just going as dead straight as possible. The next step that I want you guys to do in the next tip I'm giving you guys is to make sure you're always ADS'd for like 90% of the fights you're taking with an Odin. Most of the fights that you're actually getting with the Odin are going to be a little bit farther away, so you're going to want to make sure you're ADS to ensure, again, another straight shot with that spray, and just because it makes the Odin easier to control and easier to track that spray if you do end up needing to move it somewhere else. But don't forget that hip firing is okay in those close situations where you are very close to someone, or if you just don't have enough time to bring up the gun into your ADS, you can hip fire. It's a little more difficult to control, obviously, and it's not going to be as straight as ADSing, but it is doable, so make sure you're doing it in the right situations. The third guide tip that I have for you guys is to just never stop spraying. And obviously, yes, you're going to want to stop spraying, but this is kind of a joke that I made throughout the Odin To Immortal series. There'd be a lot of times where I'd spray one person down and then I'd go to maybe stop spraying and then move somewhere else, but then as soon as I would stop spraying, someone would swing around a corner, and because the Odin is such a hoss of a gun, it would take way too long to re-ADS and then spray that person that swung around the corner, so I would pretty much die every time. So if you are spraying a specific corner with the Odin and someone swings in your spray, you kill them. Just keep spraying because you never know when someone's going to swing around the corner to try to trade them. And if you know, it's pretty hard to swing on someone spraying with an Odin because as soon as you hit that bullet line, you're just going to get stopped in your tracks and then just sprayed down by like 5,000 other bullets. And also, you just want to take advantage of the fact that the Odin is a very slow gun when ADSing. So if you do end up spraying someone from one corner and you know that someone else might try to trade there from a specific corner, maybe to your left, just keep that spray going and just immediately transfer your spray over to the left corner. You have a ton of bullets, so just do not worry about reloading anytime soon. Just never stop spraying until you are 100% sure that no one else is going to round that corner. And since we are on the topic of spraying all your bullets out, I want you guys to make sure you're waiting till the least possible amount of bullets to reload your Odin if you're spraying all those. But if you do have a second to reload when you're about at a third of your magazine's capacity, I would definitely try to take that opportunity and reload, because the extra bullets definitely do make a difference when you're just spraying walls constantly. And the fourth tip I have for you guys is to make sure you're playing in spots where you can wallbang easily. You guys may have seen me throughout the entire Odin To Immortal series just pretty much go for a ton of wall bangs no matter what, and that is because, as you know, the Odin is an absolute beast at penetrating through walls. It makes pretty much any wall that's wall bangable seem like paper. The Odin is the superior wall bang weapon, so you definitely want to play to that strength when you're playing the Odin. So go around in private matches or take some of the wall bang spots that you may have seen me use in the Odin To Immortal series and use those and just play there on specific games. But as a quick bonus in this video, I just want to show you guys my favorite spots to play on B site, on bind, on defending. I really enjoy playing way back on around the site and just utilizing the papery thin walls that hookah has, as well as the tube in the middle of the site. If you play around this, maybe hopefully with a Cypher or maybe a Sova on B site on your team, you can set up some pretty nasty wall bangs with some tripwires or a recon dart. But there's also a few spots on this site that you can actually use just to spam if you know someone's coming into hookah, or if you know someone's running out into garden from B long. But again, like I said, go into your own time, go into custom game and just find a bunch of cheeky little wall bangs you can sit in a safe spot and wall bang and then get to cover immediately after. This is again where it also really helps to play Reyna, because if you're in a spot that is not easily coverable from, you can quickly get a kill with Reyna with the Odin, then dismiss out and then get to a safe spot. And the fifth tip that I want to give to you guys, and the one that's actually helped me out the most and helped me get more kills with the Odin, and it's just a good tip in general for Valorant, it's just avoid aggressing too much with the Odin. If you just think to yourself like a sentry turret and you're just sitting on the ground looking left, looking right, waiting for someone to cross into a wall bang spot or right into your crosshair, you're going to be rewarded for that. If you do end up having to move though, or maybe aggress a little bit with the Odin, or if you're on attacking side, say, which is really hard to use with the Odin, make sure you're moving very methodically with the Odin while staying ADS as much as possible. But if you do need to make quick movements, you can quickly hop out of ADS to get a little bit more walk speed and then quickly ADS in when you're swinging around a corner. All in all, you just definitely want to make sure you're playing to the strength of the Odin. So that is what I wanted to give you guys with these tips. The greatest strength of the Odin is just, again, how straight it shoots when you're ADS as well as crouching, the amount of bullets that it has that you can use to your advantage, as well as its wall penetration stat is just insanely high, and you want to play to that strength as much as possible. So before I end this video, I actually asked you guys on YouTube to send me a few questions about the Odin, whether they're questions about using them in competitive games or just questions in general about the Odin. So as a end to this video, I just want to answer those questions for you guys, and that will do it for me in this video. So first question is coming in from DJ Uwu, and he's just asking if I think the Odin should be a one-shot headshot. I actually do not think so, because that would make the Odin insanely powerful. It's already very, very powerful, but if it was just a one-shot headshot, I do not think anyone should use any other gun. If it was a one-shot headshot, it'd have to be like $7,000. The next question is going to be coming from Captain Easy, and he's asking, when do you pick the Odin over a rifle? That is a very good question, and again, like I was saying in the video, the Odin is best on defense. So if you're playing in a spot and you're playing an agent that does not need to aggress very much or be very in people's faces, and if you're on a specific site where you know you have a few wallbang spots, or maybe you know the entire enemy team is going to be Wing down C long on Haven or something, those are specific moments where it's probably best to use the Odin, because you can just play to those strengths that you know the Odin has, and you can just literally melt people with its crazy abilities. So as an easy answer to that question, basically just pick up the Odin when you know you have the highest capability of winning a round with it. Now the next question is coming in from Ryan, and he's pretty much asking the same exact question as Captain Easy in the last one. He's asking if he should drop the Odin forever and just use guns like the Phantom or Vandal, and if I think the Odin is truly viable. And again, it's going to be pretty much the same answer for this one. You only want to use it in specific situations that you think it's going to be the best. Obviously, the reason I'm using it every single episode in the Odin To Immortal series is because I have to for the series, but I actually do end up using it sometimes in my main games at the high levels, and you know, high diamond or maybe immortal and low radiant. You don't want to be whipping it out every round like it's a Vandal or a Phantom. So as a similar answer to the last one, I think you should definitely be making sure you know how to use a Phantom and a Vandal, because that's what you're mainly going to be using. But if you do find yourself in a situation in a specific game where you know you can capitalize on all the strengths of an Odin, then I would 100% buy it for that specific round, or keep it for a few rounds to just simply maybe even annoy the other team, because that is another strength that the Odin has that not a lot of guns in Valorant do. It tilts beyond the game. And again, I actually did not even go through these questions really until just now, but this next question is pretty much asking the same question as the last two, and this is from Domi, and he asks, do you feel the Odin had a hidden nerf? It feels kind of weird playing with it, and when should you use the Odin against opponents? I do not think it had a hidden nerf. I really haven't been using it too much, but when I have used it, I haven't really noticed anything different from when I was using it all the time in Odin To Immortal. And again, same answer for this question, Domi, as the last few. When you should use the Odin against opponents, you have to make sure you're using it in the most optimal rounds or games where you can capitalize on its strengths. And then as a final question, we have it coming in from Zick Will. He's asking, are you ever scared that the enemy team will retaliate with an Odin, because that's what happens down here in low elo? And if that has anything to do with me, I'm so sorry for you low elo gamers. But yes, and a lot of the times in the Odin To Immortal series, you'll see me get absolutely dumpstered by the Odin because the enemy team starts to use the Odin and my teammates get really mad, which ends up sometimes making us lose the game. But if you are actually trying to pursue using the Odin all the time, you want to be confident in those strengths that you have, practiced, whether it's a wall bang or specific spot that you're playing with the Odin. And even if the enemy team has an Odin, you should not be scared, because you should just be confident in yourself that you know how to play the Odin better than the other team. So that's going to do it for this Odin guide for you guys. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it helps you out if you're trying to use the Odin more or learn it in general. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching the entire Odin to Immortal series. And if you guys have not already, make sure to head to my channel. It's in a playlist, all 20 episodes. They're ready to go for you to enjoy. And comment down below what series you think you guys want me to do next. I'm leaning maybe towards maybe like a Sheriff to Diamond. A Sheriff to Immortal seems like a little far-fetched, but if you guys really want that, we can do it. But we can always start with like a Sheriff to Diamond, or maybe some other gun that you guys want to see me use, maybe like a Spectre, like a Stinger. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But that is going to do it for me, guys. So thank you so much for watching this one. Make sure to come to the stream. Let me know you came from YouTube. See you guys in the next one. And on that note, ta-ta for now.